already let them
No,
know?
no, I'm about to tell them to do that now, so that's out of the way.
Okay.
Because it's 8:05 now.
Okay.
Okay, okay. Hey, yeah, it's 8:05. You guys go inside. Y'all go ahead and sit up. Sit, oh, you gonna sit up here? Okay. All right, all right. Okay, Leroy, you guys go ahead on and sign your things now, so I'll get that out of the way because it's 8:05 and then we're gonna start the program. Yes, sir. Can't get it going. Okay, for those that are out here, welcome. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. But as a coach and how these coaches are on the collegiate level, at 8:01, they expect to get these letters of intent. So we're gonna let them do that first, and then we'll start the little program going. So make sure my phone ain't going off like crazy because all of them expect it like at 8:01. So I'm gonna have them to sign it so I can text the coaches back and say I have them, and then we'll start our program. So give us a couple minutes, let them be able to go online, be able to do that and sign it, and then I can text them and we'll start it. Okay, it's a joyous occasion. You know, normally this takes about 4 or 5 minutes, and then we'll get started. Okay. I was waiting on what's called, but she's right here. Okay. Cheerleaders.
Mr. Charles, could you please come unlock the front doors, please?
Huh?
Tell me and Leroy need special
That's clear.
Put y'all at the Sterling table.
I'll check out a election. This one signed? Or not?
I don't know. Look at it and see.
Yeah, sign this.
No, clear.
Oh, I didn't sign that in none of them.
Yeah, that's two pages. Yep, this one too.
And then to sign the last one. And I've been saying on him about them grades.
Yeah. Well, we
Riding
talked.
his back.
You tell him what we talked about.
He don't have no
Listen to me,
choice.
right?
But you,
I don't blame him.
but I told him you working hard. You gotta work hard. If you wouldn't have had them bad grades, you wouldn't be working hard right now. It's all about working smart, not hard.
Yeah.
You should be working right now.
But you also got to understand that there's a whole lot of people in your corner, homeboy. So when they
Exactly.
see that, they don't want to see you slip.
Exactly.
That's what you got to understand.
I can close this out because I done did
Yeah,
all
you
of
go
this.
ahead and close
Okay, let me log out of my email.
Okay. All right. I guess I got to speak into both mics. Okay. We're going to start this thing off right with a lot of spirit. The hard part for me is over. Got the signatures, so the coaches, I can text them back and say, hey, I got them. You're good. Okay. And so that's an applaud because you guys got to understand it's a big deal to get this done at 8 o'clock. So congratulations to each of these guys. Let's start off by giving them a hand. With 13, so let's make sure we show these guys just how much we're proud of them and what they have accomplished. So we're going to start off with the young ladies giving them okay, 2 cheers. Hey. Great job, ladies. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let me tell you, this is our first time doing this, and we're looking forward to doing a lot more of these during the course of the year. A lot of things that I'm trying to create in the athletic department is to get a lot of our students to be able to do what they do here on the next level, okay? This is National Signing Day, okay? And we got 2 young men here that's going to continue being student athletes on the next level, all right? So in this program right now is a time for kind of reflection for us to share with with everyone just how we feel, how proud we are. Okay, so I'll talk about this first young man, okay, Leroy Jubei, okay. When you're talking about turning the corner, that's how I start with talking about this young man, okay? In order to become a student athlete, you got to be a student in the school, okay, in order to be this athlete on the next level. Leroy is someone that had a rocky start coming off, like most ninth graders when they get to high school, trying to figure things out, okay, trying to figure out where he fit and what role he would like to play in this high school, okay? He's a true example, okay, if when you see I started off bad, I could turn the corner with dedication. I am fortunate enough to have witnessed all 4 years of this young man being at Sterling, okay, trying to get him to understand the potential and ability, okay. The most important thing to him was this game we call football, okay. But he took heed to me and a lot of other people on this campus, trying to get him to understand in order to reach that goal, there's some other things that come with it, okay, and not just the things you do on the football field. Man, I could take all the credit in the world, but it wouldn't be true because there's a lot of people that's in this building, whether they've known him for 4 years or 1 year, that has been impactful, okay, for him. Now, I can sit here and give you all accolades about football, but the biggest win to me to see him be able to go to the next level and continue pursuing what he has a passion for is what he changed his life in off the field, okay? So those that are out there that's young now, take heed to what this young man has done in his 4-year tenure here, okay? So as far as his X's and O's, okay, we'll show you a video in a minute, but if there's anyone else before the family that would like to reflect on this young man, whether you've known him for 1 year and 4, take this time to come up.
Can I get somebody to open B346?
Okay, here you go. You got to speak in both mics. Here you go. We're streaming live, so you got to speak in both.
I wasn't going to say that. Say something. It was Leroy. I can't say how much I am proud of him making that jump and finding in this school, finding himself as the leader in this school, and representing Sterling the way he has the past 4 years. And he has made me a believer that anyone else here at Sterling High School can change, okay, and can follow their dreams and play at that next level. So I'm very proud of you, Leroy, proud of your family, and congratulations.
Good morning. I just want to say Leroy has improved because he would be up on that 3rd floor and he would be so angry. And so one day me and Miss Pinckney pulled him in and we just gave him the grandmother sermon. And we talked with him and he began to understand what we were saying to him as women, as being a young man for his future. And I just want to say, Leroy, me and Miss Pinckney, both, she's not here, but we're very proud of you. Because Leroy was really angry. He would get mad, and he would just go off. But some reason why, I don't know why, but he listened at both of us. Because we would sit down and just tell him about life, what was going to happen. And he took heed of that. Leroy, again, for me and Ms. Pinkley, we want to say we're very proud of you.
Okay, we're going to go to the family. You guys should have a mic here. It's streaming live, so you got to speak both of them. First.
Well, hello, good morning, family. I'm Leroy Jubei, Senior, Leroy's father, and man, the man just like me. I'm listening to these reports, and it sounds like my school days, but ultimately, he did the big dream, you know, and he stayed focused, and I kept telling him, like, you know, Leroy, no matter what, you know, you go through, continue to just pursue your dreams, man, and no matter what, like they say, you know, he switched over and he did that, man. I'm just, so proud of him, just proud of him, man, for real. And that's it.
Good morning. I'm Leroy Jubei's mom. Both of them. I want to start off by saying, yeah, I am very proud of my son. And like everyone who has got up here and said, when Leroy first came to Sterling, Leroy did give these people the blues. They called me like every other day, something he was doing, something he was doing. And football is his passion. He has been playing football since he was like 5. And I had to tell Leroy, like, if you want to continue on that path, you have to make a turnaround. And that's what he did. And I tell him on a daily how proud I am of him for that, because he has made that turnaround. And here we is. And we're going to go all the way with it.
How y'all doing this morning? I want to start off by saying I just want to thank God for this opportunity, this golden opportunity. I am very proud of myself and the man I've become, and I just want to continue to grow and get better in every aspect of life. That's all I gotta say. Thank God.
Good job. I'm gonna leave that one. Okay. Let's give Leroy another hand, please. Okay. As you can see, I'm gonna tell you, in playing this game, the things that were said, the sentiments that were expressed, okay, is what players actually use when they go out there and physically play. The support, okay, the passion that they play with, okay, comes from the support and knowing that there are people behind him. So we've talked about football. Let's look at Leroy's highlights so you guys get an idea. Great job, Leroy. Great job, great job. Okay, we'll go to this next young man, and I'm going to bring up Coach Smith to start with him. You have to use both mics. Use both of them? Because they strain a lot. Okay.
I was in Rosewood, 2+. It's cool, man.
Good morning, everyone. This next young man came to us, and the first time Coach McGee and I were exposed to him, we were doing 707 out in Madison. And we watched it. We was like, who's the guy out there playing corner? Like, he's a ninth grader. We don't know who he is. Like, we know he's not a corner. So we knew that after about 5 minutes of watching him play. And some of you don't realize that his first game here, he played defensive end. So we got a little smarter and moved him back and kept him in the backfield. But after 4 years, he has, Coach McGee and I, we go a long way back with each other. We've always said, what do you put on film? And the way that they play against him is because of what he put on film. But we'll get to that. He has, like Leroy, as a ninth grader, he has some rocky moments. And we had to have that conversation with him about who you're hanging out with and if they have those same likes that you have and where you want to be in the next 5 or 6 years. And he's gotten better, and now that hard work, all those talks have paid off, and he's now sitting here as one of the top running backs here in the state of Texas and known around the country for what he has put on film. But it's been a joy watching him grow, joy watching him grow up and mature and become the person he has become in the last 4 years. So we thank Shayla for being here at Sterling, which is his sister, which is why Miss Alicia brought him here in the first place, which some of you may not know that. So we are fortunate to have him, and he's done a lot here, and he likes to think that he has put HISD back on the map. But like Coach McGee tell him, what of doing that. So, but Ms. King mentioned, Principal King mentioned, I wore my shirt to represent my team today. But that wasn't the intention. The intention, if you watch the Super Bowl, had the little kid running the commercial, right? At the beginning of the game, the next 100 years. That's what the 100 is, the next 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years for what happens down the future.
Okay, at this time, if we have anyone that want to come up and share some expressions with Frank Brown.
Hello, my name is Dee Dee, and I was a substitute teacher here. I met Frank last year when, as I was substituting for Coach Addison, I started to go to the track practices, and I volunteered because I used to run track. And I was scared at first, but the team and Frank opened me up with open arms, and they started treating me like family. Around April, I moved to China, but regardless of being across the country, Frank still kept in contact with me. And like a month ago, we had a one-on-one contact, video contact, while I was in China. Although I'm not supposed to be here, but I evacuated for the epidemic, I'm happy and blessed that I'm here because I have the opportunity to see Frank sign before he graduates. I won't, because I'll be across. And we're going to do really, really great. And to continue being you, continue staying focused. Remember, student athletes, student comes first, academics come first. But I'm out there on the football field.
Good morning. I'm Denise Guidry Marshall. I'm Frank's, what I call him Thomas, his great aunt. But on the behalf of our family, we want to tell Frank how proud we are of you. We know that you're going to put God first. We're going to accomplish a lot of things. And for most of us in the family who can remember Thomas as a young child, we always knew he was a running back because that's all he ever did was run. So he's in his passion. We're proud of you. We love you and wish you the very best. And this is only the beginning.
Mr. King.
Okay, I want to echo the sentiments of our wonderful cheerleaders. Get hype, get hype, get hype, because this is definitely an exciting and amazing day for both of you young gentlemen. You represent us well. You are both true Raiders, and we are so honored and so blessed to have you a part of our team here. Thank you for all that you are doing. Thank you for all that you have done, and thank you for all that you're going to do. And remember, it started where? Right here. And where? Raider Nation. Raider Nation. Keep doing what you're doing and go farther, all right? All right, don't forget about me, Principal King. Answer my calls in the future when I want those Super Bowl tickets, all right? All right. Congrats again.
That's great. Look at Alicia. Well, this might get used to it.
Good morning. Long 4 years. again, like they said, Frank kind of, when he came in, he started off and he took it to the head and ran with it. He was, you know how they said, the young ones themselves. We had to bring him back down a little bit, but he got it right. I can't tell him how proud I am of him. He has 2 younger brothers. Anthony Savalas looks up to him. I'm just so proud of him. It's just, um, I'm just proud of him. I thank the Lord that he does right. I don't have to really, like Frank, do this. Some kids chose the other path. Frank is his own man. He just chooses right. I got lucky. He gave me the little headaches, but I got lucky with 3 great boys, a great daughter. No real problems with them. He'll rather, football, or either playing the game. And that's perfectly fine with me. It's just something to keep him in the house and out of trouble. I'm looking forward to all that this football stuff has to bring. It's all new to me. I know what to expect next year for Anthony. I see Anthony following in Frank's footsteps. I'm real proud of you. I can't say anything more.
Y'all got me speaking. How y'all doing? All right, so look, first I want to thank God for this opportunity and giving me the talent that he gave me. I do my thing. But I want to thank everybody who came out today. Y'all ain't have to come out today. But on me and Leroy's behalf, we want to thank everybody who came out. We appreciate y'all. And yeah, we finna do it.
Good job. You're natural. One more chance. Oh, okay.
Good morning. They said, tell the truth, shame the devil. I'm Miss King, the class of 2020 senior sponsor. And I just want to share, I know Frank and Leroy, but I want to share a little story about Frank. Frank is a kind of reserved guy where he don't tend to put much in public, like he likes to do things kind of behind the scenes. One day in particular, he was in class. I had to call Coach McGee to come over to the boys' English class. Quite a few of the football players take an English class together, where they all had to stand up and create this assignment, read it in front of the class. Well, Frank let everybody go before him. He was the last one he didn't want to do it, so Coach McGee and myself, we're sitting there watching him. Frank gets up to the class. He creates this story that he made up while standing there about me and my son. So I have the story that he made on video. So I tell Frank all the time, when you make it big, and as Principal King said, you do not give me those tickets, I'll release the video. Okay? So I just wanted to tell you that I have the true evidence in my cell phone, Frank. You don't work for Miss King as she's worked for you and Leroy, these class of 2020. I have a video. All right? Thank you.
Hey. I love it. So all these things we just shared personally about him, let's see what he looks like on the field.
I said Rosewood, 2 plus. It's cool, man. Not really bothered at all. Life is good. You know what I mean? When I spend real much pain, so free, love, rain, who making pills, gay that does bullshit on the dick. Too many convicts, they roll me to play this. Grab a nonsense, get all songs spreading this. And the counter like lighting it up. Enterprise, here. All the PJ lining it up. Back I'm trying to throw that click on London, and it's extended. They got a stretcher, and I was gonna die for this. Yeah, I ride for my, I lie. We some poor high class, made it we rich, yeah. All the band, bro, the penthouse full of clouds, it was like a shadow, bro. Feel my nigga. Monica when I Spain, be in my domain, mama. Saw $3 on the ring, on the I was in the transfer, man, it's the same thing. And for the time, it's all for you. I got you made up for you for the team. All back up, prayer for you. All back up, for the lead. I'm in the boo, I'm in the boo. I put your face in the news, I put you in the shirt. After I worked it, big was hurt. Talking to all the birds. It's perfect, you ain't yet. Ain't yet. How you spur, you got that key, can't have no fun with it. Going perfect. Marked out for the cheap ring on the finger. Monica when I Spain, be in my domain, mama. Saw $3 on the ring, on the truck. I was in the transfer, ain't been the same thing. Marked out for the cheap ring on the finger. Marked out for the cheap ring on the finger.
Let's give these guys another hand. Let's go. Let's be loud. It's, oh, okay, I'm sorry. We got Ms. Johnson wanted to come up and share some expressions before we finish up.
Good evening, good morning, and I promise you it's going to be clean. Leroy, my boy, I am so proud of you. I had the opportunity for his 9th grade year. It was an experience. We're not going to go there. But I want you to see that picture right there in front of Leroy. I had an opportunity with his grandmother. Played a very, very, very important role in his life. And her only thing in life was to see that her children succeeded. And that was the main thing she wanted. And I'm so glad that she's looking down, because everything that she wanted, Leroy, you fulfilled that promise. And you should be proud of yourself. And Mom and Dad, you should be proud too. It has been great, and guess what? The best is yet to come, Leroy. When I told you Blinn was a great school, I meant that. It has history, and you're going to make more history for Blinn College. Frank, that boy since 9th grade, I told everybody we're going to look at this boy on Saturdays, and we'll sure be watching. Got a preview of what Frank Brown is all about. The best is yet to come. I'm betting in about 6 years, 7 years, he'll probably be in a Super Bowl, and I'll be right there by him, Mama. Me and you. Right there, pushing him on, rooting him. And I must say to these young men that you all are a prime example to these out here. And remember that. Whether you want to be or not, they're going to watch everything that you say. They will be watching you on television. They're going to even follow you through college. The only thing I'm going to say to you is put your hand in God's hand. Because I promise you, with God by your side and allowing him to lead the way, young men, you'll never fail. There are those who are out there going to be haters, like y'all say, and there are those who are going to be appreciators. And remember that. We're going to miss you, but don't come back to Sterling until after you have graduated, until after you have gotten your career, and then you can come back and tell us about the way, about the who's, about the whys, and everything else. Because as I said, everybody out there is looking at you, they're proud of you, they depend on you. And I want to say thank you to your parents and to you for allowing me to be a part of your lives these 4 years. Thank you.
As we finish this thing up, okay, a large part of why I'm here and doing what I do is to share wisdom. So the last thing that I'll say to you guys, okay, as you go on and write your next chapter, this is for you two parents. It's something that I share with my own children who all play college ball, okay? Number one, okay, a lot of you guys, when you play this game, you're caught up in the numbers that you wear on your chest. You take pride in the number. That's the wrong thing to do. What you take pride in is the words that are across the front and the words that are on the back. Because the words on the front represent the organization that you're playing for. The words on the back represent what you're leaving to make proud of you. Do you understand? Okay, words of wisdom. Second things, parents. The things I told my children when they left my nest, okay, is I wanted to send a teenager off, but when you come back, I want a grown man. You understand? Okay, I sent a teenager to the school, but when you come back, I want a grown man. All right? Now, here's how you're able to achieve that. Right now, your young men are on top of the world. This is what it is. Everybody love them. They've done great things. Their mindset right now feels like they're on top of the world. What I ask my children to do, okay, is to write a letter, okay, explaining to me their long-term goals or where they expect to be 4 or 5 years from graduation. Give it. Why? Why would you have your children do that, Coach? Well, this is a new chapter going forward. And just like the chapter that you had when you came here, there's going to be a rocky road. Okay? And there's going to be a time when you're going to hit a bump because it ain't easy. If it was easy, everybody in this room would be where you're at right now. You understand? Okay. So, parents, when they call, and they will, explaining, complaining about why I'm here, what I'm doing here, this is not fair, this is this, coach has changed, he ain't the guy to cut it, all that, open that letter and read to them what they said to you. And 100% of the time, it's not going to be not one part of that goal that they set. Got it? Okay, makes sense. I want you to do that to your parents. Got it? For all you youngsters out here, okay, it don't just happen. You got to accident to these guys. You can be here also, but you got to plan it. Those who fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Okay, I really appreciate you guys for coming out. Hope we have more and more. We don't have no stage to get people going to play ball at the next level. And we'll have the principal make an announcement to make sure they allow you guys in the class. Yeah, I don't mind. Oh, you want to take the bag and bring it back to you? No, you can have it. I bought it for you. I can't.
Hey. This is Wes Denise. This is Frank's support system. Been here since day one. Ain't his uncles, everybody been here since day one for him.
Get the camera, Shayla. Take a picture. Biggie, take a picture of yours.
It's Frank and the bread man. Best running back in the league. You know, y'all be ready. Watching that, because we coming. We are coming.
Take a picture, Shayla.
Thank you.
Frank, can I just get you right quick with family here? Just introduce who's up here right now with us.
You have my Uncle Wiz, aka the Bread Man. You have my mom, Elisa Drexler. Then you have the rest of the family right here that's taking a picture right now. But my support system is big. Everybody supports me, even the community. My family most important, and the staff in Sterling. Everybody just looks out for me, make sure I'm on the right track to, do big things, and that's what I'm gonna do for them.
Frank, looking at your highlights, they're impressive. But what has impressed me the most is what kind of person you are off the field. How important is it that you're that guy that helps encourage others and doesn't just rely on the athletic ability?
I think it plays a big part in it because, like they said, student athlete, you can't just have the athleticism and be not a good person. Everyone looks up to you. You have to be a complete leader.
And what about Arizona? Why Arizona for you?
Oh, Arizona, for me, because, the program is building, and I feel like I come in and make a big impact. And just, my relationship with the coaches is great, and the city is wonderful.
Frank, what is Sterling High School meant to you? I mean, you're obviously talented, but you're a guy from here that stayed here and didn't chase, another program, another team, and you've really set an example for everybody here at Sterling. How important is that for you that you set an example?
Sterling is very important. This is where it started. This is where it all began. This is part of my journey. I am Sterling.
Frank, I appreciate it, man. Enjoyed watching you and following you, and don't forget about me when the Super Bowl comes around, too.
Thank you.
Mom, could you just talk a little bit about how proud you are of your son and what he has and what he's achieved here?
He's achieved a lot. I'm very proud of him. He's a great role model for his brothers, his little brother, for his younger brother that's 16, the quarterback. They just have a great role model to look up to. Frank won't do anything that, he wouldn't request of them. I'm just proud of him. I couldn't be more proud. He could have chose a totally different path, but he didn't, and I'm just looking forward to this journey with him.
The person he is, he doesn't, all this spotlight and all this shine, he shies away from it. I've known that from the very start, but he leads by example, and that's real important. Just talk a little bit about that.
He does. I tell him, with him being in this spotlight, he's going to have to talk. He would rather stay in the background and just, he told me I'm just his, I say like the professional football players, I say, you're going to have to talk, media and everybody. He said, I'm just here so I won't get fined. And I'm like, really, Frank? But that was just, his little joke. He knows it's part of it, but he would rather stay in the back. But he's getting better at his, speaking and everything. He's ready for it, and I'm preparing him, so.
How are you going to handle this with him being off at Arizona?
I have 2 more at home, so I'm ready for him. I'm, excited for it.
All right, well, I sure appreciate it. It's been fun watching him and the support staff.
And this is his brothers and family, also part of the support system. It is, he is.
Well, thank you very much. I sure appreciate everything. It's been a fun journey, and it'll continue, right?
Looking forward to you. We're going to keep your number so we can let you know, so you can follow
Where my
him.
Super Bowl tickets are?
Yes,
There you go.
exactly.
Thanks again. I appreciate everything. Can we just grab you right quick, Leroy? First off, we'll get Mom over here as well. I know you passed up on the microphone earlier, but we'd just like to hear, Leroy, just talk a little bit about today and what this means to you, that you're signing to play at the next level.
At this point in my life, it means a lot to me. I had a lot of adversity throughout my 4 years of high school, and to be at this point in my life, it means a lot to me. I just want to thank God, and I just want to succeed in life, continue playing football.
And what turned it around for you, Leroy? They were saying you might not have been, the model student at first, but you turned yourself around. What did it for you?
Well, I want to start off by saying I just want to thank my grandmother. Before she left with giving me some knowledge to go on and be the man that I am today. So I just want to thank her. R.I.P. Granny.
And you had the picture right in front of you. I mean, that's pretty powerful that she's here with us here with this picture in her memory. Just what did she mean to you as far as your journey to get to where you are here?
Well, she meant a lot to me. she showed me how to be a man. She prayed for me. She made sure that I was in church every Sunday. And yeah, she just left me. And I just thank God for her. I love her.
Well, congratulations. I know this is a big day for you. Let's talk, introduce me to your mom here
All right, this is my mom. Her name is Renico.
and your dad back there. Just talk a little bit about what this day means to each one of you guys.
To me, this day means a lot to me, to even see him make it this far through everything that he went through, everything we've been through. I'm just proud to be standing here with him, and we're going to go all the way with it.
And he's able to not only extend his football career, but his academics as well. And just how important is that? Have you guys talked about that and what it means to you guys?
Yeah, we have talked about his academics, and I had also let him know that it's not just about the sports, it's about his academics too, and his academics have to follow his sports too.
Awesome. Dad, what about you? What does this mean? What does this day mean to you?
This day mean a whole lot to me. You know, I haven't experienced a lot in school myself. So, you know, like my first time on the football field, on the turf was, you know, in his honors. And being in front of everybody now on the stage and on the news is, you know, through his talent. So it means a whole lot to me, man. And I'm just so proud of him, you know, for making that change. You know, I always told him you can turn a negative into a positive, you know, and he did that. So we just, you know, thanking God for just bringing us to this day. And like we say, we doing it for granted. You know what I mean?
All right, guys. Well, hey, I appreciate it. Leroy, you want to say any last words on exactly what Blenn's going to get as a football player and as a person? And what are your goals as far as after Blenn?
All right, Blend, yeah, they got a monster coming, man. I plan on doing a whole lot at Blend, making history at Blend, and I just want to say that when I first came to campus, man, I already felt like it was home. And what I plan on doing after Blend, I plan on going Division I, and you know, just succeeding in life. That's my whole motto, just succeeding in life, you know.
And my impression of you, covering you guys, which was a lot of fun this year, by the way. Thank you for allowing me to be out there. You had a great group. Guys that probably didn't get a whole lot of coverage throughout the course of their high school career, but I was real happy that we got out there. You were always around the ball.
Yeah.
Every time I got out there, I could find number 21 around the ball. Just talk a little bit about that ball hawking is what you did.
Oh man, it's amazing, man. I just love to find the ball. That's all. I just love to find the ball, tackle, hit, all that. My coach put me in the right position to make the plays, and you know, just make those plays for my coach.
All right, Leroy, man, congratulations. I enjoyed it. Appreciate it. Best of luck to you on the next level. And go do it, all right?
All right. Thank you, Joe.
All right, nice to see you guys. Nice to meet you. Leroy Senior. All right, that'll do it from Ross Sterling High School. Frank Brown and Leroy Jubert, Arizona, and Blinn. Best of luck, fellas. 9:30, Shadow Creek Sharks right here on ABC 13 YouTube channel. That concludes it from Ross Sterling High School. Best of luck, guys.